Welcome to my YouTube channel again. For those who are new watching this video, my name's Kanan, and I'm just a vegan dude who's traveling around the world and reviewing vegan places. But yeah, this dive was basically at the end of November, and so we were in Watamu in Kenya, and we woke up in the morning around 7:30ish, and everyone grouped up at the I believe it was at a resort called Lily Palm. We were at a resort called Lily Palm, and I was actually staying there because the dive center was actually at that resort. The dive center was called Black Marlin Dive Centre, and James from Black Marlin Dive Centre, he's the one that organized everything. So shout out to James, incredible dude, incredible person. And I didn't even know you could do a night dive. You could organize a night dive if you had a group in Watamu. So yeah, shout out to James and Black Marlin Dive Centre for organizing that. But coming back to what we're seeing now, James is giving us a brief talk, so I'm gonna just leave it for a bit for you guys to hear the briefing and what he's talking about. And yeah, I'll come back.
Time you on the boat, and then you find that you're missing something. So kindly, before we leave from here, make sure you make a review of your equipment, and then we shall just walk down to the beach, whereby you'll find our boat. Our boat is called Unbelievable, is the name of our boat. Okay? Yes, you have to believe me. So the name of the boat is called Unbelievable. Okay? When we bought the boat, it had already that name. So instead of changing, we decided okay not to change. That's why it had that name. Okay. So once we are done, we shall give you the tanks. It's our responsibility, guys, to give you the tanks, and then try to assemble it. For you two who are doing course, the instructor is there just looking, if maybe just supervising how you fix your equipment. But for the certified divers, we just give you the tanks, and then we can just check from a distance. So what we're gonna do? Fix your jacket. Fix your regulator, open your tank and check if it's opening well, and then later you can as well try the regulator to break. Okay. Once we are okay, you can just close the tank for the transportation. Once we are
I hope you guys loved the briefing session. That was a briefing session from James and the other team. There were some other diving instructors there. Really cool dudes. They really look after you. They're super kind and friendly. And we were already hyped. This was around 8 a.m. in the morning. We got into the boat on the beach, and it was incredible. The conditions were so calm. The water was so still. There was no current really, at least from the surface we could see. There were no waves at all. It was just so still, the water. It was amazing. So we descended around 8:30 in the morning, and I think we stayed underwater for about an hour and surfaced up again around 9ish. When you start diving, it's quite something. It's quite surreal. Being underwater is really being in another world. And when I first dived, my first dive was actually surprisingly in Watamu. So showing you this video is just revisiting. It's kind of sentimental in a way for me, because it's really revisiting my first dive. It's just whenever I go to Watamu and whenever I see these videos, even other videos of me diving in Watamu, it just makes me remember of the first dive I had in Watamu, which was around 2023. And I wasn't certified, I wasn't PADI, anything. I was just a little old nervous dude guy who was really excited about having his bucket list ticked off, and one of the things in my bucket list was to scuba dive once in my life, but when I really started researching about scuba diving and the certificates and everything, I started falling in love with it a lot more, especially after my first dive. So it was amazing. The first 2 dives in the morning, we saw loads of fishes. We saw a lot of eels. We saw I think we saw some lobsters hiding inside. Weather was amazing. Temperature was good in Watamu. It was around 29 degrees. Maybe not 29 degrees. It was 27 degrees. And And that was it pretty much for the day. I remember after the two dives, like I've done a few morning dives in Watamu. We saw the Watamu is pretty well known to have sea turtles. So if you really want to dive with sea turtles and see quite a lot and get really close to them, Watamu is the perfect place to do that. We saw quite a few sea turtles during the morning dive, and some lionfishes. But I'll just leave it for a bit. You guys can enjoy the dive, and I'll see you after the dive. Welcome back to the surface. It's great to that, it's great to see like the underwater, and pop in the comments like what your reactions, what your thoughts are going underwater. We're here in the evening with the crew again, doing the briefing, and it's almost sunset time, and it's beautiful. This is like surreal. Like, it's just incredible, like the views and just the sunset and the beach, and if you do have questions, just pop it in the comments. I'm more than happy to just like explain dive theory to you guys. James is basically explaining now how to use the lights and how we can signal with the lights underwater, because when you're there in the dark, it's pitch dark. Like, you cannot see anyone. If you had the dive lights off, it's pitch dark. And when I did my PADI Advanced, this was one of the courses I did, which was a night dive. It was mandatory for you to go for a night dive. I did it actually in a quarry in Kochi in Kerala in India. A lot of like Navy police guys trained there for diving. So I was lucky. I got a dive light for myself. Pretty cool. I was pretty hyped. This was the first like ocean night dive I've ever done. So that was kind of the briefing. We just had a briefing of what to do, safety procedures, who was our buddies, and boom, we start heading off and heading out of the resort, down, walking through the beach, and it was incredible. Like, people are playing volleyball and people are playing football by the nice soft sand. I mean, Watamu beach is probably the best beaches in Kenya, hands down. Like, I cannot really. Diani is good, but Watamu is way better. Like, it's really paradise. And yeah, like the icing on the cake was the sunset. Like, walking with the crew and everyone's holding their gear, and we're just going through to Blue Bay Beach, and the boat's waiting for us and the sun is setting. And once we get on the boat, we're just like chilling, lying down. All of us are so excited because this is like what the whole crew was waiting for. The whole reason we went for this trip to Watamu was for the night dive. And I kind of like my light. I mean, I couldn't see more around me, close to me, but I could really look further because it was like a laser. It felt like, I had a laser like weapon. But yeah, like during the dive, it was incredible. Enjoy the night dive. Welcome back. I hope you guys could see what we saw in the night. I try to get what we were seeing with my little laser pointy light. The visibility at night is really cool. In Watamu, the stars are so clear because there's not much light pollution around. It's by the coast, not many buildings, not many cities, and things like that. So I just remember looking up and wow, the night was so pretty. The sky was just glimmering. I really thank the crew for everything, and I'm looking forward for more dive posts I'm gonna do on the YouTube channel. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for giving me the support, and looking forward to just growing my collage of adventures. Really, this is what I live for, really. Thank you so much. Give a comment, subscribe, like. Cool. See you guys. Cheerio. And bye-bye. I'll see you next time. Asante sana. Karibu sana. Habana sana. Peace.